Hi, I'm Camille DeSalm, and this is middle of the night video number 6, I think. I'm recording this one on my phone because I don't want to get up and turn my computer on. And this phone makes my face look even longer than it is. Well, there you go. I've been really... I'm not going to go there. Let's see. I'm recording this partly so I can talk through it and go back and watch it again, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to need reminders about this. In the mid-90s, so 6 years ago, I learned a meditation method that is about, some wouldn't call it meditation, that's okay, it's a method of processing. And you talk with your, and listen to your subconscious based on what it's been trying to get you to pay attention to lately, through dreams or song lyrics or repeated things that keep happening to you, or just a habit you finally realized you have. Well, I have a habit of processing, and I was listening to a Kyle Cease replay of a weekly online call, and he was talking about addictions. And he wasn't talking about drug and alcohol addiction necessarily. He was talking about like addiction to, for example, I seem to have an addiction to, let's use the generic term, processing. And the way I process, which is through that meditation method. And for some years I've wanted to do less of it, because I know you can get hooked. I've seen people get hooked on various self-help things, and overdo is the word that comes to mind. Or, well, what I know is that letting go of that is really a big deal for me, because it's been part of how I define myself for a long time. Not quite half my life, but close. Because you can use it to change things that are going on with you, you can get a real sense of... See, I'm trying to avoid this now because all of a sudden I'm looking at how dark this eye looks. Let's see if I can get the light a little more even here. I'm upset, and that doesn't just mean that I'm either on the verge of tears or been crying. It means that I'm upsetting. It's like upsetting the apple cart, or turning something over, you know. I'm not very eloquent right now. So this method, I have tied into it a sense of power and control. However accurate that is, or inaccurate, that's what's in there. I really learned to trust myself, because I now really will listen to myself and the aspects of myself that need attention. So Kyle was talking on that weekly call. Kyle Cease. It's an online chat, and there are hundreds of people on it. It's not a call with me specifically. And he was talking about habits or addictions. Once you notice them, if you keep doing them, that becomes a choice. You have a choice to do it or not. I think it would be really hard for me to choose to not do it, but I'm going to do that. And my unconscious, I've actually been interacting with it, and maybe I'm making it up. Sure, because theoretically we can't consciously interact with our unconscious. It's what I think the general thought is. But sometimes the general thought is wrong or not complete. There was a swimming pool when I was growing up, 2 blocks over, and oh gosh, I spent so much time there as a kid. And there were regular, very low diving boards, and then there was the high dive, which was high. And I remember, I feel like I'm standing on the end of it, ready to jump off, but not quite ready to jump off. And that sense of elation and fear, but at this point, mostly fear. And but by God, you climb the ladder and you can turn around and go back down it, which I probably did once or twice. Or you can just jump off. So I've been talking with my unconscious for the last few days. And tonight, I was really physically uncomfortable. I have a fracture in my pelvic, in one of my pelvic bones, in the back left. And so I'm physically uncomfortable partly because of that, but I also believe it's just because it's a huge distraction from dealing with stuff, non-physical stuff, with feelings, repressed feelings. So tonight I asked my unconscious why it was really, really giving me physical fits to distract me if it was doing that. And it said, because you won't let me go. And it wants to leave. And I said, well, if it's really best for you to leave, I want you to leave, but aren't I supposed to have an unconscious? What's gonna happen there? And it said, I'm gonna build a new one for you. And I said, well, that's pretty cool. Are you okay? And it really wants to go. I don't know why. I'm not supposed to ask questions of it or poke it for 3 days. I think I'll take a breath. I had this idea a few weeks ago about how we often learn through pain, emotional pain, physical pain. And that seems to be the regular way to do it. Is that right? I know we can learn through fun too, but it seems like for emotional things, it's the pain that really gets our attention. And I thought, I've had this kind of pop into my head for a while now, but it was a couple weeks ago that all of a sudden it just really seemed, I don't know, really hit me, sort of. And when my unconscious said it was going to build me a new one, I was thinking, well, surely it's going to build me something different, because if it's going away, surely it's not going to go away and then just build something just the same as itself. Why would it not just hang around then? And I thought, well, maybe it's going to be something about fun. I'm guessing. It just is an idea that occurred to me. I might have been thinking that as for comfort and solace. So I started thinking about why I was so very upset at the thought of losing this processing method or doing it less. And as I started to say earlier, as I was saying earlier, my persona's tied up in it. My business is tied up in it. My new business. Or it's tied up in, or it's an integral part of my new business. That doesn't mean it can't change the way I do my business or the new business I've just developed. A sense of power and control. some of which I would like to lose. I would like to lose the need for that strongest sense of control. I would like to know I'm powerful in other ways. There's something else that I get. I'm going to squirm around here for a minute. My hip is hurting. There's something else I get from this, and you know how people say it's on the tip of my tongue. It's on the tip of my mind, and I can't get it yet. So this is, I gave myself a break when I realized how much I have tied into this method. I mean, I wrote a book about it. I started a business about it about 4 years ago. It didn't fly. That's okay. I understand why, and I'm sure I don't have it all, but I understand generally why that is. And so, there's a little sense of relief there, because I'm doing something similar but not the same, and I'm not the same as I was 4 years ago. I mean, not totally. So, maybe this will help my new business. I'm feeling a little bit better about jumping off the diving board. But I wonder what else I'm thinking I'll lose, and if I'll be happy to lose it. I don't know. I think my unconscious just started jumping up and down. I'm visual. I see stuff in my mind. Okay. Well, now, I think I'm going to take my long face to bed and see if we can sleep. Good night, y'all.